It's 4 games in 6 days. What are you looking to see from this Fever group as they go from Indianapolis now to pretty much the West Coast?
I want to see us go 4-0. No, I if we're talking just tactics, I mean, we're continuing to grow as a team. We're continuing to learn each other and pick up each other from a chemistry standpoint. So really just continue the relentlessness and have that be the forefront of our identity as we try to make this run. I mean, we still have a lot of basketball to play even after these 4 games. However, what can we do? How can we get better? What does it look like? The schedule is hard. There's going to be bodies that are sore, but how can we come together and make a good run?
All right, last thing, Bria. I know there was people inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse that could be just tuning in inside their cars. You and John Nolan were talking about it. They may have caught it in the concourse. What's going on tomorrow that you participated in that Fever fans can go out there and watch you play some little hoop?
Yes, it's called the City League, and we have some really high-profile players that are in it. It's going to be at the Bonner Fitness Center starting at 7 with a men's championship game also starting with some really high-level pros in that as well. And I'm so fortunate to have both of my sisters on the team, my older sister, De'Ara Goss, who I played with at Ben Davis, and my younger sister, who I actually never been able to play with. She's also on the team as she had just graduated Toledo, and Toledo had actually played Ball State in the MAC championship, and we're playing against some Ball State girls. So there's a lot around the city league, as this game has been a high-profile game. And for us, especially me, I'm definitely looking forward to it, finishing strong with my sisters. Oh, and also getting a little cash prize as well.
Well, I need a clarification on this. You are the best of the 3 sisters, right?
Listen, if you didn't know, you're hearing it first. So yes, absolutely. And either one of them can get it. I know they're listening, so I'm going to have to eat that later. But yes, I am.
Now, if you asked either one of them, would they say they're the best of the 3?
No, God,
really?
No. And my older sister used to beat me up when growing up, and she still feels like she can beat me. And my younger sister, who just feels like she has young legs, she says she can beat me all the time. But I commend them because nobody's going to come up thinking that they're going to lose against each other. So they would all say themselves.
Well, Bria, good luck tomorrow night. Have fun. We'll chat after hopefully a win in Dallas on Friday.
Thanks so much.
On Friday, that game's at 7:30. I'll have the pregame coverage at 7:15, of course. Postgame coverage as well. Tonight, Indiana 107-101. They're 15-12 on the year, 9-6 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. 3 games over 500 for the first time this season, and they have tied their season-long winning streak at 3 consecutive wins. We'll continue the postgame coverage. Play back the highlights. Aaliyah Boston's postgame interview was fantastic as always, and I have a lot of notes to share with you after this win. Postgame coverage continues right here on The Fan.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more at the grand opening of the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com.
Cover me!
Hey everyone, it's Jake from Payless Liquors. Charlie said sell it, so stop by one of our 26 family-owned locations and stock up with these great deals. Captain Morgan half gallons for $24.99, Evan Williams Black half gallons for $22.99, and Seagram 7 half gallons or Hennessy pints for $19.99. Gimmick Ultra 16-ounce 12-packs for $17.99, Budweiser and Bud Light 16-ounce 12-packs for $13.99, XXL flavored wines for $9.99, and Svedka and Benjamin 50 mils for just 69 cents. Why pay more when you can pay less here at Payless Liquors?
Radio 1 is seeking a general sales manager to lead our sales operations in Indianapolis. The ideal candidate will bring a strong track record in sales leadership, team development, and revenue generation across both traditional media and digital platforms. This role requires a bachelor's degree and 2 to 4 years related experience and/or training or equivalent combination. To view the full job listing and apply, go to urban1.com/careers. Applicants are subject to a background check. Radio 1 is an equal opportunity employer.
We put our lives on the line for our country. We braved the unknown. We did what we were told. And we lit up. Our cigarette packs were as valuable as the packs on our back. Maybe more. At one point, cigarettes were part of our daily ration. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. And boy, we were smoking 'em. Bumming a smoke was the norm. It was an escape from the reality of dirt, sweat, and forgetting how many days you were so far from home. Never had to worry so long as you had a light and the smoking lamp was lit. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now. Surviving lung cancer starts with a scan. Learn more at screenyourlungs.org. And thank you for your service. This PSA was made possible by industry funding and guidance from lung cancer patient groups.
This time next week, I'll be sick in bed with West Nile virus, thanks to a mosquito bite right in front of my house.
In 8 minutes, my daughter will be in an ambulance, having an asthma attack, triggered by cockroaches.
I'm going to be bitten by a tick today. I won't even know it until Lyme disease turns my life upside down.
Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association and the CDC.
Indiana 107, Phoenix 101, the Fever 15 and 12, the Mercury 16 and 10. I'm Eddie Garrison, and this is the Fan's post-game coverage on 93.5 and 107.5, the Fan of the Fever game tonight. Let's take a look inside the box score of the Fever's 15th win of the year. It's the first win over Phoenix in the 3-game series, meaning they have to win just one more time, and both of those games will be out in Arizona. The first of the next 2 games will be a week from tomorrow, and that third and final game of the series will be on September the 2nd. The Fever were led in scoring tonight by Aerie McDonald. She had 27 points, a career high tonight for Aerie. She also had 4 assists, 2 steals, and was, most importantly, tonight's Payless Liquors Player of the Game, brought to you after every game by Payless Liquors. Get more in Payless at Payless Liquors. Indiana was down 10 after the first quarter, 30-20, and had really no life. They didn't have much energy and didn't have any flow offensively. Didn't feel like they kind of had any idea on who to attack in a mismatch. And then in that second quarter, they figured it out. It was Aerie McDonald. She scored 12 points in the second quarter, a perfect 5 of 5, including 2 triples. And she was really, really good for Indiana when they needed it, because her ability just to get toward the basket and break down defense tonight for Phoenix was outstanding. They didn't have a matchup for her defensively to stay in front of her, to contain that dribble drive penetration, and that was really, really important tonight for the Indiana Fever. So on top of those 27 points, 4 assists, 2 steals tonight, that aspect of her game was very, very vital in Indiana's win tonight, and that's why she is tonight's Payless Liquors Player of the Game, brought to you after every game by Payless Liquors. Get more in Payless at Payless Liquors. Aaliyah Boston, 22 points and 12 rebounds. It is her 12th double-double on the season, her 4th consecutive. That is the longest streak in her WNBA career, and she was the post-game guest with John Nolan and Bria Goss.
We've got Aaliyah with us now. Congratulations, AB. What did it take to overcome that early 12-point deficit tonight and ultimately win this one?
Yeah, I think the beauty of being able to play basketball for as long as we have is understanding that basketball is a game of runs. And so for us, it's weathering the storm when they went on their run, and then we came back and we hit our own runs, and then we kind of kept it pretty even until that fourth quarter.
AB, my goodness, yet another double-double, and I know that feels good. I know you're humble, so I'm not going to ask you about that. What I want to ask you is the fact that you shot 13 free throws, especially in this league.
Woo!
How good
God is good, ain't he? God is good all the time.
God is good. So tell us, what do you think was different today and how you were able to get position down low? Were they just calling it, or were you actually making them call it today?
I think a little bit of both. I think that third quarter, maybe it was the fourth, I kind of just decided, like, you know what, just be resilient no matter what. I think, at the beginning of the game, my shot wasn't really falling. I was missing some easy bunnies at the rim, and so for me, it's just kind of working through those frustrations, and I think I did better today.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, finishing with 22 points, 12 rebounds, an assist. Definitely had the post moves working. Also listen and download the podcast, right? 4-game road trip now coming up, AB. What's going to be key to trying to be consistent, sustain the success away from here?
Just that. Going into this game, we talked about being mentally stable in a sense of don't get too high with the high, don't get too low with the lows. And so I feel like for us, that's going to be the same thing. Dallas is coming off of a great game, and so for us, just making sure that we stay consistent on what we do well and focus in on the defensive end as well.
Well, congrats again. What do we say after wins?
Bow, bow, bow!
Good job.
Thank you, guys.
Say no more. There's Aaliyah Boston after the 107-101 win for the Fever.
Through 3 quarters, Aaliyah Boston was pretty much not much of a factor for Indiana. 2 of 6, only 5 points and 7 total rebounds. And in the fourth quarter, she goes off for 17 points, 5 boards, and 1 assist. She was 4-5 from the field and got to the foul line a whopping 11 times alone in the fourth quarter. She scored just over half of Indiana's 33 points in the final period. Her final stat line, 22 points and 12 rebounds. The only other player in the starting lineup in double figures for Indiana was Sophie Cunningham. She scored 12 points, also had 3 boards in the win today. Kelsey Mitchell, only 22 minutes tonight, large part because she was dealing with foul trouble. She didn't play most of that fourth quarter, and that resulted in her worst performance of the year offensively in terms of output on points. She was 3 of 10 from the floor, 8 points in the quarter. She still finishes the month of July averaging well over 20 points per contest. And the fifth and final starter in 23 minutes tonight was Natasha Howard. She grabbed 6 boards, dished out 3 assists, recorded 2 blocks and a steal. You'll hear one of those blocks in the highlights, hopefully, here in a matter of a moment. She did have 6 points for Indiana. Off the bench, they had 2 players in double figures. Damaris Dantas leading the bench and scoring with 12 points. She also had 3 rebounds. Chloe Bibby in her second game with the Fever, 10 points. And she led the team in plus 19. All 4 of her shots tonight beyond the 3-point line, 2 of 4, and she was 4 of 5 at the free throw line. The other 10 points from the bench, Sydney Colson had 8. And in 23 minutes, Lexi Hull had 2 points and 5 rebounds. Michaela Timpson played 5 minutes in the first half, and she did not score. The 32 points from the bench for Indiana is a season high. The 107 points for the Fever, a season high as well, and the third most in a game in franchise history. On the other side of things, for the Phoenix Mercury, they were led by Alyssa Thomas, 32 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. That is a season high in points for Alyssa Thomas. Her 5th game over 20 points, her 10 for 23. The Fever 84%. Same percentage for Phoenix. They were 22 of 26. The Fever were +2 on the glass, out rebounding Phoenix 33-31. 19 assists on the 32 made baskets. 8 steals and 2 blocks for the Fever. They also turned the ball over 16 times tonight. That is 1 less than Phoenix. They had 18 assists on their 36 made baskets, 9 steals, and 1 block. With the loss, Phoenix 16-10. They are 4-6 in their last 10 games. They are 7-6 away from Arizona. Indiana 15-12, and they are 9-6 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Let's take a listen back to the highlights of tonight's win.
Thomas drives, turns in front of the foul line, fadeaway, in and out, rebound, Boston. AB hands it off in the backcourt to Kelsey. Kelsey crosses over right to left at the right wing, lobs a pass, airy catch and shoot. 3, got it! McDonald is money, and it's 11-9, almost midway through the first quarter. Fever within 2. Sophie will come out of the game now. Ari McDonald is in, and 1:06 left in this first quarter. And the second one for the Southpaw. Around and out, rebounded by Dantas to McDonald. Outlet left wing. Colson, cross-court pass, and rhythm 3. Chloe Bibby. Welcome to Cambridge Fieldhouse. Thomas the other way, near the rim left, no good. Rebound, Mitchell underneath, and she saves it to Boston. Indiana in transition. Sophie right corner, shot fake, work it, left side, Ari open for 3. Bullseye! It's demon time for Ari McDonald, and the Fever have the lead, 38-35. Bonner loses control of the ball. It's a steal for Howard. Tosh right to left. Kicks left wing. Kelsey catch and shoot. Money! Kelsey Mitchell's in the MVP conversation, and the Fever have a 3-point lead. It's 45-42. That wraps up the second quarter. It's the Fever 55, the Mercury 50. Whitcomb for 3 up top. Puts it in. 61-58. McDonald again off to the races. Right side. Banks it in. 23 points for Ari to match her career high. Currently battling off ball. Bonner and Holt. DB gets it on the baseline. Forces up a shot. No good, but an offensive rebound. 2 on the shot clock. Copper to Bonner. Blocked by Howard. Shot clock violation. Tosh, like she was off of a trampoline, springs up to block her former teammate. And there's a break in the action. 88-83. Every time, again, it feels like the Fever have this separation and are going to really roll. Mercury come back. Left corner. Bibby tees up at 3. Bingo! 91-83 Fever. Big shot, Bibby in the fourth quarter in our first game at Cambridge Fieldhouse. Lexi brings the ball across midcourt to Boston, left perimeter, to Colson between the rings. Sydney pick and roll with AB, who gets it right elbow. Shovel pass, Sophie wants 3 right wing. Good! And a foul! Against her former team, Sophie's got a chance for a 4-point play. Final score, Fever 107, Mercury 101. A season high for points for Indiana. And now you know the Fever have won 3 in a row.
The Fever are now a half a game within the Atlanta Dream for 5th in the WNBA standings. It's important to note that Atlanta has the head-to-head tiebreaker, so in order for Indiana to surpass them in the standings, they will have to have a better overall record. And right now, Atlanta is playing against the next opponent for the Fever, the Dallas Wings. There is 20 seconds left in this game. It is all tied at 85. Enrique Ugunbowale just hit a jump shot, free throw line jumper to tie it at 85 all. And this one's been close pretty much the entirety of the contest. Paige Becker's leading all players with 21 points for Dallas. The other game that has just gone final, it was a heavyweight matchup, number 1 and number 2 in the WNBA standings, and number 1 prevails. The Minnesota Lynx defeat the New York Liberty 100-93. The Liberty have now lost 3 consecutive games. It is worth noting that they are dealing with some injuries right now. Brianna Stewart missed this game tonight with a leg injury. She missed the last game last night as well. Niara Sabali is dealing with knee discomfort for New York. She is out 2 weeks. Kennedy Burke is dealing with a calf strain right now, and she will be sidelined for 2 to 4 weeks for the New York Liberty. The win tonight for Phoenix. They bounced back after losing at home on Sunday. It was the first home loss on the statistical record. It was the second loss overall because, got to remember, the Fever beat Minnesota in Minnesota. Nafisa Collier, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists in the win for Minnesota. As it pertains to the Liberty, it was Sabrina Ionescu with 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Less than 3 seconds to go, and the Atlanta Dream have an 88-85 lead. Naz Hillman with a 3-pointer to break that tie with 2.6 seconds remaining. She leads Atlanta in scoring with 21 points. So Indiana will have to wait, as it looks like right now, to have that 5th position potentially in the WNBA. Next up for the Fever are the Dallas Swings. That game is on Friday right here on the Fan. 7:30 tip. I'll have the pregame coverage at 7:15. Indiana so far this year, they are 2-0 against the Wings. In the last game on July 13th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Kelsey Mitchell led the team in scoring with 21 points. She is averaging 26 per game against Dallas, and Paige Beckers led them in scoring with 21 points. She's averaging 24 points in 2 games through against Indiana. Once again, the final score tonight. The Indiana Fever 107, the 3rd most points in franchise history. The Phoenix Mercury 101. I'm Eddie Garrison saying thank you for listening to post-game coverage of tonight's Indiana Fever win right here on The Fan.
Hey everyone, it's Jake from Payless Liquors. Charlie